Hi, you guys. Michaela here with Find Your Balance, episode 3. I think. We're doing episode 3. I think that's what it is. And I'm realizing these aren't really. I shouldn't name them episodes. I think they're more like messages because that's kind of what they're coming out to be. They're kind of just messages that I want to throw out into the world and things that I've been thinking about and things that I've been kind of paying attention to. And I'm like, I don't know, I guess they're just kind of messages. So maybe it's message 3. So, welcome. My name is Michaela again, and this is my little channel called Find Your Balance. I have a business called Balance Fitness and Wellness, and this is the place where I kind of talk about all things fitness, wellness, mindfulness, energy, all of that stuff. The stuff that I really, really enjoy talking about. And this is episode 3, message 3. Anyway, so my message for today, I guess, I was thinking about this the other day, and I follow a lot of people on social media, and I have, my groups of friends tend to be I have friends in all kinds of categories all over the place. But I do have, like, my core group of friends are definitely they're interested in the same things as me, so a lot of wellness and a lot of energy work and things like that. So I follow a lot of people on my social media, so I think maybe I see a lot of it. Maybe some of you don't see as much of it as I do, but you probably have seen at least some of it. And what I'm definitely seeing is a lot of people talking about, raising consciousness and raising vibration. And while I love this and I think it's important, and I think that that's something to strive for, absolutely, because raising your vibration is raising your energy, and there's a lot of good things can happen in that aspect, and the raising of consciousness is obviously a little bit different. When I think of raising consciousness, I think it's just raising awareness, right? But what I kind of want to talk about is what that all means and how to go about it and what we should be careful of. While I think it's important to follow steps to do this, it's kind of like, what are the steps? Like, what do you do to raise your vibration and raise your consciousness? And I definitely see a lot of people are, they're taking different paths to better health, better well-being, better, they're eating better. They're getting more into taking care of their body, getting themselves fit, being mindful, doing meditations and being mindful of different things, mindfulness practices. These are all things that kind of go towards that, raising consciousness. But what I'm also seeing is people sort of like it's almost like this, trying to raise consciousness is becoming like a search for a sort of perfection. And that's where I'm seeing where I hope people aren't trying to do that, where they think like, okay, if I'm going to raise my vibration and raise my consciousness and be on this kind of journey of, self-discovery and all these things, but also you need to do it for yourself first and foremost. And I hope that it's not like a strive for perfection, right? Because that's something that we're never going to find. None of us are ever going to find it. We're never going to find, we're never going to be perfect, and we're never going to find the perfect people. And, I see a lot of people, they're, cutting out a lot of toxic people in their lives, whether it be friends or family, which is really important. But I also think it's important that we remember that things are supposed to be kind of rocky and hard sometimes. Things are supposed to be messy. I think it's important that we remember that we are human beings on this planet, right? So I think a lot of people are going on these spiritual journeys and self-discovery journeys, and I think they're this soul discovery and this spiritual enlightenment is very exciting, and it's very fulfilling, and it opens so many doors. But I also want people to remember that we're humans. we are humans, and even though we are souls and spiritual beings having a human experience, you'll hear that a lot if you're you know working on different things. I just think it's important to remember that we are human, that we're like clunky, weird humans that don't really, that we're supposed to learn as we go, and we don't really know what we're doing all the time, and nothing is perfect, and things fall apart every now and then, and we make mistakes, and we fail, and we get back up, and we're weird, and we say stupid things, and our brains are weird, and we fall down, and our bodies don't work, and sometimes we get sick, and sometimes we break our bones, and sometimes, and sometimes our bodies fall apart, and that's okay, because we're just humans, and we're supposed to be having human experience, and we're supposed to kind of do crazy things, and we're supposed to, so when we're on these paths to raising consciousness and spiritual journeys, and just make sure to remember that you're doing that for yourself in a way that you're trying to align with your mind, body, and soul so you can be in a really peaceful state. But that doesn't mean that you have to not be a mess sometimes. And it doesn't mean that you can't have a lot of fun. And it doesn't mean that you can't, enjoy life and indulge in things every now and then. You know what I mean? If you want to eat healthy and do all those things, please do, most of the time, 1,000%. I do it too. I mean, right now I'm trying to be, really good about my diet and exercise and things like that. But I also, when I want to kind of splurge or do something that goes against all of that raising of consciousness and raising vibration, I need to remind myself that it's okay to do those things, that it's okay to go out and dance and be kind of wild and crazy and listen to loud music and do fun things. You're not supposed to just deprive yourself, I guess is what I'm saying. And not every single path is the same. And if you feel like you're on track for 3 months and then all of a sudden you're not for a month, that's okay, because that's the human in you. That is the human in you. And not everything is going to be, aligned all of the time. But at the same time, maybe it is. Maybe that feeling of not being aligned is supposed to be there for some reason. Sometimes we're supposed to get off track to remind us that there's other places to go. So I just want people to remember that when you're doing all of these things, and you're doing the conscious raising and the raising of vibrations, and you're doing all these things that are, I don't know what the word is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what people are striving for. I know what I'm striving for. I'm just striving for peace in my heart and mind and body, and just, just making it through the day every single day as a happy person. So I guess it's different for everybody, but I want people to remember that we're having a human experience, and we're humans, and we're weird, and we're supposed to be weird, and we're supposed to do things that sometimes we don't expect. Lower your expectations, please, because the lower they are, the less upset you're going to be when everything falls apart. I want everybody to have the best of the best of the best, and I want everybody's spiritual journeys to be amazing, and I want everybody's consciousness to raise, because when consciousness raises, so does awareness, and I think it's very important that that's happening right now. Very important. So if that's what you're doing, good on you. If that's not what you're doing, good on you too, because I think we're all supposed to be doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I think it's really important that we all are tiny little pieces that fit into some really crazy earthling puzzle. And I don't know. My message today is just remember that you're a human. And sometimes you're supposed to be a mess. And sometimes things don't feel right. And that's all part of it. That is all part of it. We're all a work in progress, always, every single day. Don't search for perfection. Don't search for it, because you won't find it. You're not going to find it in yourself. You're not going to find it in another human. You might think you will. There are people that I'm like, oh my God, this person's so perfect. And then, just kidding, they're not. And none of us are. So just remember that, I don't know, on all these crazy journeys everybody's going on, I mean, I'm doing it too. I'm on my own little journey. It's been a wild ride the last, 5 years, for sure. But I have to remind myself that I'm literally only human, and there's so many hours in a day. I only have two hands. There's only so much I can do with like the brain power and the eyeballs and the body that I have. Um, just 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 be okay with that, guys. Just be okay with the fact that you're having a human experience, and sometimes you're supposed to let loose and be weird and be wild and be crazy, and that's okay. Like, that's part of it. Like, indulge, like, when, you know what I mean? Like, make sure you're traveling and tasting different foods and experiencing different cultures, and make sure you don't forget what you're doing here on this planet at this time. Don't get so caught up in like finding whatever consciousness might be out there that you can't see or touch, that you forget to, like, you know, put your feet in the ocean, or, just, eat weird food, or, go on that wine tasting, or, buy that plane ticket somewhere. Like, it's okay to indulge, and it's okay to experiment, and it's okay to feel like you're out of place sometimes, and it's okay to just be a little human. We're all in it together. We really are. We really, really are. So I don't know. I guess that's my message. Sometimes I don't explain myself very well, but I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. Just remember to stay grounded. Put your feet on the ground. When your head is in the clouds and in the planets and all that, just balance it out with some grounding and some reminder of the fact that you were born on this planet and you have a whole life to live in this body. Take care of it. Take care of this body for that reason. You don't want to just take care of the body for, the raising consciousness reason or raising the vibration reason. You want to take care of this body so that you can experience human things. You can experience, the affection and the hot and the cold of life. You want to remember that that's why you're taking care of it, so that you can prolong your crazy little life. Just remember you're human. Put your feet on the floor. Enjoy your ups and downs. Be happy when you're happy, and try to be happy when you're sad, because being sad means that you care, and that you love, and that you're hurt, and all of those emotions are real, and they're human, and they're yours, and feel them, enjoy them, be a human. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.